we believe we have a duty to this country to create precedents so that in future people can improve on it. We will respect their opinion to say yes for whatever reasons they have. They must respect our opinion to say no for the reasons we have stated. When we forged with many other Kenyans to form the Jubilee Party, we wanted, and we now have, a national political movement. Na commission ya IEBC isituletee mchezo. Kama namna gani? Sisi tunataka kupiga kura, wananchi wa Kenya waamue rais wao. Enda upige kura kwa mpango ambao utapatia mtoto wako kazi. Enda upige kura kwa mpango ambayo iko na pesa ya kuinua biashara yako.
William Kipchirchir Samoei Arap Ruto is easily one of Kenya's top 3 political figureheads, having remained at the center of the country's body politic for the last 15 years.
I see him as a self-made man, a man who will want to project himself as an ordinary person, having lived an ordinary life, and so wants to identify with the have-nots.
William Ruto was born on December 21st, 1966 in Kamagut in the county of Uasin Gishu to Daniel and Sarah Cheruyot. He attended Kerotet Primary School for his elementary education, then Wareng Secondary School for his O-levels before joining Kapsabet Boys High School for his A-levels. And it was during his time at the University of Nairobi in the late 1980s where he studied botany and zoology that Ruto's political appetite came to the fore. He would later enroll for a master's degree in environmental science and a doctorate in philosophy in plant ecology from the same university. After graduating with his bachelor's degree at the height of the clamor for multipartyism in 1990, Ruto plunged into politics. He became the organizing secretary for the Youth for KANU 92, a group that had been formed to drum up support for President Daniel Arap Moi, who was facing the rigors of a multi-party election for the first time since ascending to power 14 years earlier.
The connection comes because Ruto was a leader of the choir in the AIC church, and as you know, Moi loved the church so much, AIC especially. So probably I think that is the starting point, Ruto's entry into politics.
In the 1997 general election, Ruto was elected Member of Parliament for Eldoret North constituency, beating veteran politician Ruben Chesire. Ruto went on to serve as Eldoret North MP for 15 years.
Ruto is very good, he's a good orator. He can speak endlessly and he chooses his words in a way convenient to the audience that he's addressing. So when he goes to Western, he knows what to say in Western. When he goes to Central, he knows what to say to the people in Central. So yeah, understanding his audience, being able to be very measured.
In 2002, as he retained his parliamentary seat, he found himself in the opposition benches for the first time as the NARC revolution swept KANU out of office. 5 years in the opposition led Ruto to join hands with Raila Odinga and others who had fallen out with President Mwai Kibaki on the back of the controversial 2005 constitutional referendum. Going into the disputed 2007 elections, Ruto's political stock had risen significantly.
I think we have managed to persuade our followers and supporters of ODM to agree to a nomination exercise. That does not, however, preclude the option of agreeing on a candidate as long as that agreement brings on board all the players of ODM.
He sought the Orange Democratic Movement ODM presidential ticket, but polled third behind Odinga and Musalia Mudavadi. He became a member of the famous ODM Pentagon, emerging as the undisputed Rift Valley political kingpin.
He was able to galvanize the Rift Valley. He was able to work very closely with the people on the ground, and he was seen as the point person in the Raila campaign in the 2007 elections.
Following the bitterly contested election of 2007, which was marred by post-election violence, Ruto joined government in the ensuing efforts to solve the political crisis. He was named Minister for Agriculture and later Minister for Higher Education, before falling out with Odinga.
Ni jukumu letu kama serikali kupitia kwa National Cereals and Produce Board kuhakikisha ya kwamba wakulima hawapotezi pesa zao.
As the late President Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga successfully led the nation in promulgating a new constitution, Ruto took a dissenting view leading the No campaign in the 2010 constitutional referendum.
How can you lie to millions of Kenyans unless you are telling us that those Kenyans who are in no are fools?
Another significant chapter of Ruto's political career came in December 2010, when Ruto was named among 6 other prominent Kenyans, including President Uhuru Kenyatta, as those bearing the highest responsibility for the 2007-2008 post-poll violence that left over 1,000 people dead. Ruto would battle a crimes against humanity case at the International Criminal Court for the next 5 years. And as the 2013 general election approached, Ruto teamed up with Kenyatta in a surprise turn of events to found the Jubilee Alliance, where they beat Odinga's Coalition for Reforms and Democracy Code.
I, William Samoei Ruto.
And Kenyatta was elected Kenya's 4th president, with Ruto becoming the country's first deputy president. In the run-up to the 2017 general election, Ruto led efforts to fold his alliance's constituents' political parties to form the Jubilee Party. Kenyatta and Ruto won the vote, but had to contend with the shock of the Supreme Court nullifying the entire election.
Kama hawana shida na kura ya MCA, na governor, na senator, na mjumbe, ati wako na shida na kura ya nini? Ya rais. Na kama tuliwashinda hiyo vitu vingine yote 5, tutashinda kuwashinda hii kura ya rais.
They were re-elected in a repeat poll, boycotted by Raila's coalition, NASA. However, trouble hit paradise almost immediately after, following the largely unforeseen handshake between President Kenyatta and Odinga that split the government and the governing Jubilee Party right down the middle. Ruto then moved to the United Democratic Alliance, UDA, in efforts to succeed Kenyatta as Kenya's 5th president. Ruto will be banking on his political networks with his Kenya Kwanza Alliance partners and shrewd mobilization skills as he seeks to make history as the first person since the reintroduction of multipartyism to win the presidency on the first time.
Kibaki had to run 3 times. Raila is now having the 5th stab at the presidency. So if he wins, he will be making history. If he, however, loses, he has nothing to lose. He's 56, like I said. He looks forward to, he can go back, learn his lessons. What went wrong with these campaigns? Why didn't I win? And get ready for 2027.
So, in accordance with the law, the Constitution and the law, I, Wafula Chebukati, Chairperson of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, hereby declares that Ruto William Samoei has been duly elected as the president of the Republic of Kenya under the provisions of Article 138 of the Constitution in the presidential election held on 9th of day of August 2022. Ruto William Samoei
If it is me, I will prepare to govern the country on day 1. If it is not me, I will accept that my competitor has won. If I have any issue, I will go to court and accept the outcome of the court.
Kweli, mimi ni katibu mkuu wa KANU.